Is he there? There he is. Let me just stand up and give him a proper standing ovation. That is the man. That is the man. I'll bow down. Ally Iaquinta. I mean, wow. My man, if I was wearing a hat right now, I would tip it to you, my friend. Unbelievable. Well done. Well done. Do you feel the same way? Is that a fair thing? I know you wanted to win. I know you went in there to win. It was very clear you didn't go for a paycheck. But is there a moral victory here?
Moral victory is I'm happy that with what I went in there with, I guess I'm not terribly upset, I guess. I don't know. You want to win those are the fights you want to win, but yeah, you have to win. You know, that was a shot. But given the circumstances, I went for a broke, and we're broke. No, it was good. It was all right.
So you weighed in, off the top of my head, memory serves me correctly, like around 10:30 or so. Oh no, maybe it was around like 9:45, 9:30 or so, because it was in the first hour of the weigh-ins. 155.2. As this starts to unfold, Max Holloway out, they go after Pettis, they go after Felder, eventually to you. What is that like 3-4 hour stretch like for you? How was it all unfolding for you?
I weighed in. I was eating, drinking. Paul Felder was like sitting to the right. He was sitting where he could see me, but I couldn't see him. Like I would have to make it obvious and turn to see him. So I was eating, and I felt like he kept like looking over at me. But that was the guy I was thinking about. I was thinking about fighting him. You know what I mean? And then I left. We went up to the hotel room, and I was just laying down. And someone said, "Oh, Max is out." And immediately I called my manager, and I was like, "What's going on?" He said, "Oh, but Pettis." And Dave Martin kept in touch with them the whole time. And I just kept following it on social media and seeing what the latest was. And then I just was like, forget this. I'm going downstairs, and I chased Sean Shelby around the hotel room. And he didn't want to. He didn't even want to look at me at first. He was like, I think he was mad at me from some others. But I stayed on him. I let him know that I definitely was down to fight. I think I was the best choice out of everybody. You know.
Because of the New York, the New York connection, the winning streak, all that and more, right?
Highest ranked guy coming off a win in New York, where I'm from. I gotta think they put me on the. They said once they said it was me, that's when people bought. That's when people are gonna buy tickets.
Yeah.
You know, if they put Max Holloway or even or Pettis or anybody else, people aren't flying in to buy tickets. I think a lot of people from Long Island, from New York, bought tickets just because I was going to be there. They got that last minute surge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I was definitely the wise pick. I don't know what happened with the rest of the stuff. Why the other two, I heard they were contemplating putting them and they wouldn't, but they asked me to come down with my underwear, and I knew that was a good sign. So okay. I grabbed my underwear and I went down and I weighed the underwear. It was funny. I walked in the room and they were all looking at me. And I pulled the underwear out of my pants and I was waving like a flag. And they were hoping that it was 0.2. And I put it on the scale and it said 0.2. So they sent it to the commission. I don't know what the deal with that was. Why it couldn't have been a title fight. I guess it's what you weigh actually what the scale says. But you know, I never thought that at the time I was hungry, thirsty, and fighting Paul Felder at 156. You know what I mean? So I was happy to make weight, get off, go eat and drink, and then that was just the craziest weekend. That whole thing was just insane. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm still sitting here like I can't sleep. I haven't slept. I'm like
really
delirious. I don't know. Really the whole week. I've never been like that on fight week. Usually I sleep well. I'm like, recover, even like from the camp, just starting to get recovered still. And this whole week I was up. I would go to take a nap and I was just sitting there thinking, I don't know what it was. It was something was weird, but it was just, the whole thing was just insane. From the second we were sitting, you did the interview. I didn't have a sign,
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
The sign had the sign that I wrote, and I was fighting Paul Felder. You asking me questions about Felder? You know, he's saying, what did he say? He said I'm just another guy from Long Island or something like that.
Yep.
You know, and then I get on our freaking bus gets attacked by Irish terrorists, and then the next day I got to weigh in, and that whole thing. I'm sitting in bed, and then I'm 2 hours later fighting in the headliner at the Barclays Center on the, the craziest card of the year, or what was supposed to be. That was some crazy shit, man. You can't make that up. I don't think. What can I do? That's it. I'm done. Nothing can top that.
No. Okay, let me ask you this. The one question I kept getting after it was confirmed that you were in was, hey, you remember when Al was on your show and he said he wouldn't fight Khabib for $1 million, $2 million? I hope he's getting $1 million, $2 million. I don't want to pry, but did they pay you? Did you get a bump here? Did they make it right?
Yeah, no, we definitely got a bump. There's a time for like negotiating and holding out, and then there's a go time. You know what I mean? And that was an opportunity that was brought to me within go. It was just go time. I told my manager, I said, Dave, make it. You take care of it. My trust is in you. You let me know. We'll figure it. You will let me know after the fact. I'm not even want to think about it. I want to think about fighting this guy. So that's how that worked. I just said, let's go.
And you feel good about, how that negotiation went down. You felt like you were taken care of.
For that, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But we got, yeah, we'll see for the fight, for that, everything was good. I really had a great week with the UFC. They really treated me well, aside from them printing everything wrong. But no, I enjoy, like, that whole thing was just, I love getting there fight week, and the UFC staff is so cool. They realize, what you're going through, and that you're hungry, so they really do make it easy on you they work with you. I said I wanted to come in a day late. I came in a day late because I'm here. I'd rather train one more day at my house than go in. So I showed them what I weighed. They made it easy. They took care of me great. And then the negotiations was what it was. And I was just, let's fight. Let's go.
So now you've been in there with Khabib. The first 2 rounds were quite similar, and we'll get to 3 and 4 in a second. But being in there with him, the takedowns, the ground and pound, what he does to you on the mat, what is it like actually being in there with him?
He's an animal, man. There's few guys that feel that heavy on top of you. There's very few guys, and he definitely, he was on top of me, and I felt it. He was strong. He was strong for sure.
What was he saying to you?
Grind you. He hit when we were standing up.
No, when you were on the ground, I saw him talking to you too.
He was talking to actually Matt. He was talking to Sarah. He wasn't talking. He was saying Matt was coaching me, and he was saying good job, the right advice. Like he's giving me the right advice. And I think Ray was just like, go stand up in the middle, see what happens.
That's
and
amazing.
They were going, it was it was pretty crazy. We were talking we had fun, man. He recognized that I wasn't gonna. There's guys in there, you could feel them. You could feel when there's guys that are. He didn't want to. I know he didn't want to exert all his energy trying to finish me, because he knew he was gonna have to kill me to finish me. And if he didn't kill me, he was gonna gas himself out. And 5 rounds is a long fight, so I know he knew that. He definitely respected me, and he felt that. There's, I think he's gotten a little bit of I don't know. People are kind of like, oh, is he really as good? I fucking don't even think like that. I come in there to fight every time. There's a reason why guys don't look good against me. People said the same thing about Masvidal. People said the same thing about everybody. They feel something in there. that you don't feel. It's a vibe. It's an energy. Is I'm not fucking going anywhere. You know what I mean? So you can say what you want, but at the end of the day, I went in there to win that fucking fight, and he knew I was going in there to win it. And if he made one mistake, I was going to take his head off. And he was surprisingly, his stand up. Again, his stand up was really good. I felt like I was a step behind him just from the first 2 rounds of trying to get up and stay against the cage. You know, trying to. He was kind of wearing on me a little bit, so I felt a little behind. But his jab is good, and when I was coming in, every time I tried to let some combos go, he's awkward. He's got like the Russian, it's just a different style of boxing, you know. And I think they were saying he's got his head up, but he was hard to hit. I hit everybody, man. I connect with everybody, even guys that are you know. I landed a couple punches. It was hard to get to him. He's tough. He's got his own style. He's awkward, and you don't feel it maybe it doesn't look like it from the outside, but you know, he's fucking tough, man. He feels confident in his. I could tell we were talking. It was fun. It was like a fun. I respected his. I knew we had a mutual respect on the stand up. You know, when we were going back and forth, he was definitely worried about my power shots. But he kept me away with his jab, and his movement was a little awkward and good. So it was. I've just been thinking about it nonstop since the fight. Yeah,
what were you thinking in the 3rd and 4th round when he's not taking you down as often? He's actually content with standing with you. Are you surprised by this? Or you think, okay, this is actually playing, you know, right into my hands? What was going on, if anything, in your mind?
It was. I was. Well, once I started, I think I defended a few takedowns.
Yep.
And again, he didn't want to get tired. He didn't want to. 5 rounds is 5 rounds. It can fuck with your head, you know. And it happened so quick for me that I didn't even have time to really overthink it. You know what I mean? Like 5 rounds. Am I going to get tired? I was just, you know what? I'm just going to go in there and fucking go. And hopefully I have enough in the tank to go. And I think the way the fight went, it worked out good. That I kind of got tired towards the end of the 5th round, and because I really knew I went after him in the beginning of the 5th. I went after him, and I knew that I had to win it that round, and I kind of just went for it. And I started slowing down probably halfway through that round. He hit me with a good uppercut, and I just couldn't see for a little bit, but that was fucking, the whole thing was just nuts, man. It's so crazy, you know. So who gets to do shit like this? Nobody. You know what I mean? I just wish that there's just a few things that who knows, you know. But
like what? What are you thinking about?
Just little things that I do in training that I didn't do, that I left out. Things that I've been watching him for way longer than he's been watching me. You know, he's been training for a title fight. He was training for a title fight for 2 years now. I trained 10 days for a title, you know, not even 10 hours. I mean, you know what I mean? I had one session for a 5. I just wish, I don't know, but you can't. I did the best that I could. I did the best. You just think back. You're like, what could I have done differently? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You know, I just couldn't believe how this was all unfolding. You of all people, we've been on this ride together, the ups and downs of the UFC, the injuries, for it to be in Brooklyn and you get this shot. I really felt in my heart that this was all unfolding the way it should for you, because you're such a unique guy. What was that Friday night like? Because I'm sure, like, I bumped into your sister. They were so happy for you. Everyone was so happy for you. Even Khabib fans, like, how do you not respect this guy for taking it on short notice? What was that like? You probably getting hit up with inspirational messages and motivational things from. What was that like the night before? You know, that picture you guys took of the team. It was just amazing. I was getting emotional just thinking about what was going on in your mind.
It just happened so fast, man. It all happened so fast. I just wanted to make sure I enjoyed it all. I kind of almost put the fight out of my head, and I didn't even watch any of his fights. I've seen him fight, but I just put the fight out of my head, and I was like, let me just enjoy this. like let it build up, and just go in there and just have fun with it. Just fight, not put any pressure on myself. It was almost like a relief of pressure. It was, I have nothing to lose against this guy. Everyone thinks I'm gonna get fucked up, so go in there and just have fun with it. I had a great warm up. We warmed up great. I was doing things like I did everything that I did in the warm up. I did in the fight. I just wish I did I wish I did it twice or 3 times. You know what I mean? I was just a step behind. I was a little slow. But
By the way, what happened with that TV as you were walking out?
hey, I did not try to wreck that TV.
No.
I tried to save that TV. The camera guy in front of me hit it, and it was wobbling on the edge. So I was grabbing it, and they were rushing me out. So I saved it for a second, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it. If it falls, it falls. And I just walked away. And I kind of like laughed about it. I was like, this is gonna be hysterical. I knew right when that happened that the cameras were on me, and that this was gonna be like, I knew that there was something. It was gonna be something like that. It was just smashed cameras or whatever. But no, it was. I tried to save it. I did my best. I think
Sure.
I think whoever was behind me grabbed it. So we're good.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an indication that you were as loose. I mean, Raging Al. I mean, why not? You've smashed TVs before. Why not do one on the way out to your biggest fight ever?
Thinking about it now, I should have just smashed all the TV on the way out. Why not? I might do that next time.
What did Longo and Sarah say to you afterwards?
They're just proud of me, proud that I stepped up and I gave it everything that I had. They definitely, yeah. It's just they don't have to say anything. I know, we know. I know what they know. They know what they knew that I was gonna go in there and just. I can't help myself when I get in there. It's you go. That's it. You're fine. They knew that I was, and I know what they think about it. They don't really have to say anything, but they just said, yeah, good fight, and we're so proud of you.
What was going on in your mind when you were on that bus? You were on the bus, right?
Yes, I was on the bus. That was uncalled for. That was retarded. That was cute. That was yeah. That was not good. That was not cool.
Were you hit?
No.
Okay, what were you doing?
I should say yes, though. Yeah, my back hurts and so. I thought someone was getting run over. They just started pulling off like slow, the bus was going slow, and then I hear banging, like boom, 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 and it was too loud to be fans or something. So I was like, holy shit, they're running someone over and they're trying to get the bus to stop,
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 seconds later, something just came flying through the window. I was like, oh shit, we're getting terrorist attack. We're getting like school shooting, something like this is a shooting in Brooklyn.
Yeah. And
then I saw Connor run around. Everyone was freaking out. That was insane. No one knew what was going on. Everyone was like, what the heck is this? What are we under attack from? And then we saw Connor running, and we were like, oh, all right. So I whipped out my phone and I just started filming him. And he found Khabib, and they were yelling at each other through the bus window. That was just uncalled for. You know what? Nah, I don't know. It's like even if it's just the fighters, it's cool. Like if it was me, Kiesa, like the guys on the bus, and you did that, maybe I could understand it because we're all in the fight game together. But you got like the production guys, and you got the bus driver. Like these guys don't want any shit, Yeah. That's where it kind of goes. Even if it's just the fighters, but then Rose was shook up. That's not cool, Yeah. But that must have been some freaking plane ride. I don't know what they were doing on the ride over here. That must have been. I would love to have been on that ride.
Was it hard to then go back to the hotel and? I mean, at that point, you think you're fighting Felder, but was it hard to put it behind you?
No. It sucked that we were stuck there for like 2 hours more. The cops came. They were thinking about writing statements for everyone. Thank God we didn't have to do that. And it was weird because when that happened, Khabib was there, and it was like me and him they were sitting right behind us, and I was and I just like felt like I don't know, I felt weird, like a weird. It was weird. I was like, I'm gonna fight this guy one day. I'm not gonna get too. I'm not. I don't want to be like too like jokey about this whole thing because I don't want to be like too friendly about it because I feel like we're gonna fight one day, and then 2 hours a day later
Crazy.
it happens.
Un-
Yeah.
How do you resume? Like, how do you spend your Monday and Tuesday now? Like, how do you come down from this unbelievable high?
Just eating a lot of ice cream and just relaxing. I've eaten a lot of ice cream. I haven't eaten much except ice cream, but
Any injuries? Any serious injuries?
no, I just got these crazy black eyes. I blew my nose afterwards, and
Uh,
they blew up crazy. I was stupid, but that's about it. Yeah, just swollen. My face is swollen. My body's sore. Take a couple days for me to feel normal again. We'll see.
so do you walk away from this now? It's easy for me to give you the standing ovation and everything, but do you hold your head up high here? Are you proud of what you did, or the fact that you didn't win trumps everything, and it's still very bitter?
I got my work cut out. I got my work cut out for me. I got
Mm.
a couple fights to win, and I got to figure out how to beat this fucking Russian. Um, and I think I have an idea. So I just gotta keep. Look, I fought freaking 90 seconds in 3 years. I go in there with the best guy, and whatever it was. I went in there with the best guy, and you can tell I don't. I have an attitude that I don't think there's very few guys in this division have. And now I'm able to train again. So you put that, give me a little, get a little ball rolling. These guys are all fucked. You know what I mean? I fought 90 seconds in 3 years. I took 2 years. I was, wasn't doing much. So I found out that I could train hard again. I got back on the mat this training camp. If nothing else, I'm back to where I'm back to training harder than I was before all this shit. So get the ball rolling a little bit. These guys are all in trouble.
And
Guaranteed.
the knees are okay.
At best, it's here and there it gives me a little ache, but I never thought that I'd be able to wrestle or do jujitsu. Like I was swimming every day to stay in shape. I was doing there's no impact on the knee, and I never thought that I'd be able to get on the mat, wrestle hard, do the puke drill that Ray puts us through. It's crazy. It's crazy. And when it all happens, it all worked out. I just kept my mind in it. I thought one day that this day was going to come, and I just got to keep working at it and make just a few adjustments. I feel like that fight was, he beat the shit out of me, but a few, I stuffed a bunch of takedowns. I wasn't training for a 5-round fight. I was training for a 3-round fight, but he wasn't training for me. So the guy is fucking best in the world. He beat the fucking shit out of everybody. He's 26-0. I just know that give me some time, and I think a couple fights, keep doing what I'm doing. I'm right there.
And that right there is why we love you, because you went through that on Saturday and you want some more. And I had the utmost respect for you, Al, going into all of this. It has grown exponentially. Much respect to you, my man. Way to go. Way to represent. You fought your heart out. You fought valiantly. I mean, it was really something to see. So I hope you're able to hold your head up high, heal up soon, and then we'll see you back in there sooner rather than later. Thanks so much for doing this too. I really appreciate it.
You got it, Ariel. Appreciate it, man.